Hello friends, Coasty Chris here. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Hope you're doing well, staying safe, staying healthy. So in this crazy time, I understand that firearms are highly contentious. They are all the time, but especially with all the violence going on in the world today. And I want to let you all know that I do respect that contention. However, I personally am a Second Amendment supporter. And so with that, I wanted to go through my personal protective equipment in the form of my firearm. So in my handgun specifically. I don't want to create any uproar with this video. I just want to go through, for anybody considering purchasing a firearm, I wanted to provide an example of a firearm that is very functional and is easy to learn how to use and can help keep you safe. I know firearm sales are up over 30% this year, I think even this quarter, and especially with companies like Smith & Wesson and Ruger, which I think is fantastic. I think if people want to take on that responsibility of being a responsible, knowledgeable gun owner and to help keep themselves and their family and their loved ones safe, I think that's a privilege that we have in the United States that a lot of the world doesn't get to have. It's not an option for them to protect themselves with a firearm. So there is a lot of violence going on out there, and I definitely understand people wanting to purchase a firearm either for the first time or if they have a firearm that they have in mind that will help protect them better because of different features. I definitely respect that. So what we're going to be going through in just a second is my Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm. It's a full size, and we'll be going through some of the features that I like about it and why it is a Coasty Chris approved product. All right, let's get into it. So, why Smith & Wesson? Well, in 1852, Horace Smith and Daniel Wesson formed a partnership to start a manufacturing company, firearm manufacturing company that had this innovative design that fit into your hand just better. The Peacemaker, Colt, was a competitor at the time. It's when the United States was moving west. It had been expanding west for a while, with Manifest Destiny. And violence was a very real thing on that frontier. And so people put their lives in the hands of the firearm manufacturer in a very real way, because if they didn't have a reliable firearm, they could die. So Smith & Wesson started a brand recognition of quality, reliability, and innovation. That's still going on today from 1852, and it's that kind of reputation that drew me to Smith & Wesson. My brother first purchased a M&P Shield, which I highly recommend as a concealed carry firearm. It does the job well. He had a .40 caliber, and I didn't quite like it, so I went with a 9mm, which is a very inexpensive round, or fairly inexpensive and infinitely available. So those were two reasons why I went with a 9mm, and I just like the way it shoots and feels in the hand a little more. So as you can see, I have 50 rounds in magazines here, and these are 17 round magazines. So two of them, these two have 17 rounds in them. This one has 16 for a total of 50. And you can see the weapon is unloaded. I don't have a magazine in there, and it's in the locked back position so that there can be no bullet in the chamber. What I love about this Smith & Wesson is that it has grips on the back so that you are better able to manipulate the slide. The slide is metal, it's steel, and the handle here is plastic, polymer, very durable, but that reduces the weight of it a lot. And so if you're going to be wearing this a while, or if you're in an environment where you feel like you need a firearm, you're going to really like that you have something a little lighter, even for a full-size firearm here. So I also like how this grip can be changed out depending on the size of your hands. And I have a fairly small hand, so you would just twist this knob at the back here, which is also a way for you to strip the firearm down. You would take that off, and when you purchase a Smith & Wesson firearm, it comes with several different grips, and you can get a lot of aftermarket products as well. You just put that back in there, and so you don't have to worry about getting a firearm that may or may not fit your hand, because you can adjust it to fit your hand. I love the trigger. It's fairly intuitive to use, especially for beginners. It doesn't have a lock on the trigger, which a lot of first-time firearm users and gun owners can be, not familiar with. Where there's a little button on the trigger itself as a safety measure, and it's just a straightforward firearm. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It's well manufactured, well configured. It has a rail on the bottom here. I haven't used it for anything, but you can attach a flashlight, a laser, anything that you need to be able to better fit your situation and help you feel safe and defend yourself and your family. And it's just a fantastic weapon. I've used it in my capacity as a security guard, and it was a deterrent. I never had to draw it, and it was a deterrent just by its presentation itself. It's a very recognizable firearm. And here, I'll go ahead and, as you can see, there's no bullet in the firearm. There's nothing in the chamber. So it's a very professional looking firearm. If you are open carrying, it's going to be a deterrent just by its presence alone. And if you play your cards right, that'll be enough. You never have to draw it. I've never had to draw this in the line of duty or in any other capacity to protect myself. And that's when you know you've done a good job. Just like a bulletproof vest, if like in my other video, my bullet-resistant vest and body armor there, if you can throw away plates that have expired, your soft body armor, and they still don't have any bullet holes in them, that's when you know you've done it. You've done something right. So, again, what I love about this is that it is reliable. It will keep on firing. I could fire these 50 rounds here in as fast as I could, and I know it will fire. I know it will function. I have actually never had a malfunction with this firearm. I've taken it to the range and put hundreds of rounds through it, and it's a workhorse. If you want a firearm that's going to do the job, that doesn't have any bells and whistles and complicated features, security or otherwise, if you want something that's ambidextrous, this, again, you can adjust it to be both right-handed and left-handed. You can tell the owner of the shop which you would like, and they can probably help you adjust it to what you need. This is the firearm for you. I highly recommend it. There won't be a link in the description because unfortunately you can't buy firearms on Amazon, although that's probably good. It's not unfortunate, but please, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'll look at those, and I will put some after-market products as I've reviewed in other videos in the link in the description below. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I highly recommend that you consider a Smith & Wesson. This is made in the USA, Springfield, as you can see, Springfield, Massachusetts, and USA. So not only do you help the economy here of the US, but you can help feel safe at the same time. So I hope you all have a great day. Hope you learned something from this video, and stay safe out there, stay healthy, and Coasty Chris out.